can you tell me about your work with the Harris Museum and Art Gallery and how the collaboration within certain places came about?
I've been Head of Arts and Heritage for Preston City Council for a long time, and for the last 7 or 8 years we've had a very good relationship with the university through In Certain Places, which has been a project that has looked at how art and the city can interact, and how artists can work with communities in the city, how artists can look at public spaces differently, enable people to interact with public spaces differently. It's been a ongoing and very interesting relationship.
A lot of people don't realise the amount of work put into a project like this and public arts practice in general. What kind of obstacles have your team faced or had to consider?
Well, we've had to order good weather, of course, and we hope that that will be delivered. But yes, there are lots of practical issues. From the things like the safety of the public, it's quite a big drop potentially, so that has to be looked at. There's the security of the building, because this is making a new entrance into the building where there isn't currently one. But they're not insurmountable. We can manage.
The design for Harris Flights features a performance space for community groups as well as professional performers. What are some of the benefits of this in your opinion?
I think one of the really exciting things about the Harris Flights is that there will be a real mix of activities happening, and there will be professional arts groups, very often working with communities themselves. So for example, Ludus Dance, which is a professional dance company, will be working with a group of young dancers and having workshops with them to develop a performance which will be making reference to the architecture and the sculpture pediment of the museum, and the performance itself will be choreographed and developed with professional artists working with young amateur dancers. There will be other professional products. Let me see, Awesome Bamboo, there'll be a pop-up cinema. But around that, there'll be a whole range of other sorts of activities, sports activities. The university are putting on a lot of activities, including talks and lectures and demonstrations. There will be a real mix of activities, and every day will be different.
What do you hope that the audience in the city of Preston will take away from the Harris Flights?
Well, they will literally be able to see the Harris Museum from a different perspective. By climbing up the steps, which we hope hundreds of people will do, they will be able to get up close to parts of the building that are normally not open to the public, and also they'll be able to turn around and look out onto the market square, see the market square from a completely different perspective from above, and look down Firegate, for example. That view out onto the market square and Firegate has been seen by lots of VIPs. It was used for the Guild proclamations. When the Queen came to Preston, that's where she stood and looked out onto the city. So that view of the city that normally has previously been a quite privileged view of the city will be able to be seen by everyone. And I think that's actually quite exciting and interesting. People like to see things from a different point of view and see places that they're not normally able to be in.